Alright guys, welcome to Paul Black's Garage. Today what I'm going to show y'all is sort of kind of an install on these splash guards from ZL1addons for a 2010 to 2014 Dodge Challenger. And basically when you get it, it's going to come in a package like this. There's going to be a half-ditch effort to give you instructions on how to install it, which, you know, it's fairly easy. I mean, I kind of figured it out just by looking at it, because there's just two bolts. Which I'm holding a GoPro and trying to talk to you at the same time and do this. But right here, this is the driver's side, but right here and right there, and hopefully you can see that, those are the two bolts you're going to be using. And then this lip right here, the fender lip right there, you'll need to clean that off. If I can show you without putting the camera down, which is this lip right here. You need to clean that up, because basically what you're going to do is, let's see what that's the other passenger side is. Sorry, I'm holding the camera and trying to actuate this at the same time, but anyway, it's gonna fit in there like this, and hopefully you can see it. And what you do is you take the bolts out, then you run the bolts in, and then it's got adhesive tape on the back right here, and you'll pull up about 3 inches of this adhesive tape and let it hang out. And then when you kind of get the bolts tightened up, and of course you clean this surface up, and you get the bolts on there and get them kind of tight and enough to where you can go ahead and press the adhesive tape down, and you got the bolts in, and then you just pull the rest of the adhesive tape off the back and then mash it down, and it should stay up there. Because the instructions really just doesn't tell you how to install it. I mean, it tries to, but it's just, you know, it should be pretty simple for anybody to figure out, especially if I can figure it out. But you get one little picture, and it's just a guy holding the rain flap or the flap up against the fender here. It doesn't really tell you a whole lot. And I'll also come back here in a minute and tell you what sockets you're going to need to get this out. You're either going to have clips or bolts. Mine has bolts, and they kind of look like 10 millimeters, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'll come back in a moment and I'll let you know. Alright guys, basically you take these two bolts out right here that holds this running board on, or this panel here on your this is a 2013 Dodge Challenger, and we're installing these splash guards. And you take these two 10 or 7 millimeter bolts out, and as soon as you take them out, you know, you clean this up right here real good, and you know, basically you run the two bolts in here, and you'll pull, and it'll show you, it says in the instructions, which is really the only thing it tells you to do, you'll pull this 3M tape back and up about, you know, 3 to 4 inches, and hold it out to the side, and then you just bolt this up. And then once you get it bolted up and get the you know, get it in place, the adhesive will start sticking to the fender. And then you just after you get it bolted up, you just pull the adhesive tape the rest of the way off, and then make sure it just lines up with this part of the fender here, and then tighten your bolts down, and it should be installed. And I'll do just exactly what I said or just told you to do, and we'll come back, and if everything works out, I'll let you know that, you know, everything worked out and it, you know, it went in like it's supposed to, because there's no videos on YouTube or anywhere for a 2010 to 2014 Challenger. And again, these are ZL1addon splash guards, and you know, here's my ZL1 running boards that I put on it, and it kind of ties in, makes it like one solid piece. Which I am going to order the rears splash guards probably today or tomorrow, and you got to take the wheels and stuff off to get those on, but the fronts you don't. You just cut your wheel in where you can get to the bolts and then install it that way. But as soon as I get it on here, and like I said, you just run the bolts in and pull about 3 or 4 inches of the adhesive tape out to the side, and then tighten the bolts down, and then pull the adhesive tape out and just press it, you know, to make sure it seals up here. And then there's another clip that comes with it. They don't tell you, you know, what that clip's for. And as soon as I figure out where that clip goes, and then we'll clip it in there. Here's my buddy behind me here looking at me. Here he is. We'll be right back. Anyway, I want to come back for a second and show you, I don't have the bolts run in. I just got it stuck up here. They're just in there, just kind of, they're not hand tied in there. Just got them up there. And what I'm going to do is pull this back and pull that adhesive tape up about 3 inches, and I'm going to tighten it down a little bit. Then I'm going to press it back down, and then I'm going to use the adhesive tape to hold this in place while I tighten the bolts down. That's just how I'm going to do it. And then I'm going to figure out where that clip goes. I'm thinking that clip probably clips in up here and holds this up here. And if I figure out that's what it does, then I'll let you know. But like I said, the ZL1 doesn't have an install video on their website like they do for a lot of their other products. I guess they figure this is idiot proof, but I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I'll be back with you in just a moment. Well, anyway, guys, I got it on there, and you know, it is what it is. It's a splash guard, and get that clip that comes in the pack. It looks like this clip right here. What it looks like comes in the pack. There's 2 of them. And the only thing I can figure out is it goes up here at the top of this splash guard. And but the adhesive tape, I actually had to undo it after it stuck, which I got a bunch of adhesive tape in there in the house. I can recut this sliveler, which, you know, comes on there like that. And I had to actually undo it and pull it out so that this clip would actually clip onto this plastic piece and the fender piece. And but you know, basically what it helps with is, you know, rock chips and all that stuff, which I can already see I got rock chips here. And it just kind of ties into the skirt. But anyway, I put the clip up here, and like I said, I undid the adhesive tape and just kind of molded it to the fender after I just put the bolts in hand tight. I mean, I didn't hand tighten them down. I just put them in there enough to hold this in place, just so it'll hang in where it's supposed to. It has a little lip that goes up under here, right here, and kind of seals that up. And but I tightened it up, and the adhesive tape kind of just holds it there in place after you get it aligned with this fender. And then I tightened the bolts down, then I put this clip in it up here, but I did have to pull it out a little bit and push it over so the clip would actually, I could actually get to the fender with the clip. So I think that's going to be the only hang up, is just, you know, making sure there's enough room for you to put this clip on. And they sell these individual clips, which I think is adhesive tape probably hold it in the 2 bolts, but I think they sell them for, you know, I think you can get 2 more of them for like $1 and something. I saw them on the ZL1 website. But anyway, that's pretty much it, man. I mean, it's just 2 bolts. You just undo these 2 bolts, 7mm socket, or, you know, a wrench or whatever you want to use, and I take them out, clean the surface up really good like I did. I just use this heavy duty wheel cleaner is what I used. I mean, you can use hot water and soap or dishwashing liquid, and just you know, clean that surface up so you're not mounting this adhesive tape to something dirty with a bunch of debris in there it won't hold. And but, you know, just basically took the bolts out, stuck it up there, made sure that the adhesive tape lined up with the fender and everything, kind of holds it in place. You know, I just tightened the bolts down. I ended up having to move it over this way a little bit so this clip would hold in there. But whenever I get both of them installed and it's a finished install, we'll do a walk around, let you look at the, you know, how they look. But anyway, hopefully this helps somebody. It's, you know, should be a simple install. And anyway, it's Paul Bart's Garage. I'll be back as soon as I get done installing the other side, and we'll look at it after I turn the wheel straight and see what it looks like. But anyway, peace out, bye. Alright guys, so here's the passenger side. We just did the driver's side, so again, same thing on the passenger side as the driver's side. You just take these 2 7mm bolts out. You know, I'm just using a small ratchet. You know, you can use a long socket like that if you want. That's just what I had. And you just take these bolts out, and when you take these bolts out, you just make sure that you got this surface right here clean, though, this fender surface. That's where the adhesive tape, you know, adheres to. It helps it hold it in place while you're bolting it down, and, you know, it's part of the install. And but I'm going to clean this surface up right here, and I'm going to take these 2 bolts out and get it mounted up here, get it tightened up. And you know, there's not much to it, guys. I mean, this is basically what you get. Splash guard, ZL1 add-ons, and you know, it just goes on there, bolts, the 2 bolts run in it, and you know, see how that's shaped. It's shaped just like the fender, and pretty easy install, guys. I mean, I think it was like $40 shipped, and but it fits pretty good. It ties into this this skirt that I bought, and which it's in my latest video if you want to go back and watch it. But anyway, let me get this installed, get this cleaned up, and get it installed. I just got off work. I'm tired, so I want to get in there and get me something to eat and get to sleep and get ready to go back to work again. So anyway, as soon as I get this side installed, we'll come back and let you see what the finished product looks like. We'll do a walk around and see how it ties into the skirt. Anyway, Paul Mark's Garage. I'll be back momentarily. Alright guys, this is what it looks like installed with the wheel straight. I don't know how much you can see of it, but you know, it just kind of ties into the side skirt. And you know, it helps with the dirt and rock chips and all that stuff, from throwing rocks and stuff off your tires onto your fender. And but I mean, 20-30 bucks, and you know, plus the shipping, I think it was like $40-something, and it took 3 to 5 days to get here. But this is the passenger side, and the fitment was pretty good. Like I say, the install wasn't that hard, and you know, it fits in there pretty good. Kind of butts up against the side skirt, which I'm going to order the ones for the rear, but they say you got to take the wheel off to get to it, which I don't really know, but we'll see when I order it. Anyway, it's Paul Mark's Garage. Sorry this may be a boring video to you, but if you got these side skirts for your 2010 to 2014 Challenger and you want to run these splash guards, that's kind of sort of what kind of install you're going to have. I know it wasn't a 100% install video, but I mean, by watching my video, you should be able to figure it out. But anyway, this is Paul Mark's Garage. Peace out, bye.